Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. Irony of life. Why Tinubu's favorite street muzzle, MC Oluomo, seeks police SSS protection ahead August 29 NURTW election. From a society now.ng written by Labule Thomas. Musliu Akisanya, the transport union boss famously known as MC Oluomo, is seeking police protection and that of the men of the State Security Service as well. Mr. Oluomo wants the protection to prevent planned protests against the election to determine the next chairman and executive members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers in Lagos State. The election is scheduled for August 29, 2019. SocietyNow.ng confirmed that MC Oluomo is a strong contender for the chairmanship position of the NURTW in Lagos State, though he faces fierce opposition from outgoing chairman Tajuddin Agbede. Agbede wants anybody but MC Oluomo, Society Now.ng land. But it appears Oluomo, who has the backing of the new national president of the NURTW, is a clear favorite to become chairman. Insiders insight. MC Oluomo sympathizers claim a planned violent protest to disrupt the election and force the appointment of a caretaker committee by those against Oluomo is in the offering. Oluomo wants to consider the move by alerting the police and SSS and seeking their support and protection ahead of the August 29 NURTW election. SocietyNow.ng learned. The Save Our Soul message issued by MC Oluomo through his Oluomo Nation group to the Lagos State Government, Nigeria Police Force and State Security Service reads: it has come to our notice that a fraction of NURWT members are going on an intended protest, which the aim and objectives of this protest appear malicious and evil. Reason for this protest cannot be ascertained. We had a peaceful election of the national president few months back and there was no fracas, which involves all the 36 states of the federation. So why only Lagos election wants to resort into violence? We implore all security agencies to be alert, as this protest is intended to incite and cause public unrest. If any aggrieved member has any complaints concerning the affairs of the association, the national body is there for them to report. NLC is also there, and if it's a crime case, then they can report any law enforcement agencies instead of causing menace. We implore all relevant bodies to please help maintain law and order. Interestingly, MC Oluomo's claim to fame is providing street muzzle for politicians, particularly national leader of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. So guys, that is what is trending now. When we talk about this NURTW, people will tell you, okay, there is an organization, for to curb this Agbero thing, people that are into the transportation. But when you look at it, in the long run, it's not even really helping matter. It's not really bringing any value, even to the economy or to the society in the first place, because most of them, you see that they are always intimidating people all over, and that's most of those people, from what we've heard and from what we've seen, most of them, these politicians, they use them. It's like this NURTW is really strong, very, very strong in Lagos. They are very, very strong compared to other states. They are very, very, very strong because, most of the time when there is election, you see a lot of atrocities happening in among them. They even deal with themselves. It's like there's huge money. I don't know whether it's like there's huge money, because one thing about a human being is that it is when people are really benefiting one thing from a particular group, that is when you see that everybody wants to to be in charge, because of the kind of society that we live in. Because if things are done accordingly, whatever they are getting from that association or from that group, it will be channeled to the right course. But reverse is the case. It's like they themselves, they are just politicians, in their own corner, because whatever they get, that's why you see that they mess themselves up, to the extent of taking their lives, just because they want to do an election within the how will I put it, within their caucus. That's the best way I can just really put it for the now. And you want to make it, calling SSS, DSSS, and the police. Why can't they do things rightly? Because why would they do things rightly when they see politicians, the way and manner which they do their own thing? And people are like, oh, interestingly, MC Oluomo's claim to fame, that his claim to fame is providing street muscle for politicians, particularly national leader of the ruling All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Yes, it's a known fact that most of these politicians, they use all these people. They use most of them, when it comes to election, they use them to do all manner of things. We are in Nigeria, we know what is happening. You know what I'm talking about. So the more you give support to all those politicians, the more they themselves, they will rub your back. The more they will rub your back. I remember after election, this 2019 election, one of the people elected, whether from the states of House of Assembly or whatever in the state, there, after winning, he went to show Oluomo his certificate, or his certificate of return after election, the certificate that INEC usually give to them. He went to present it to Oluomo. People were like, of course, he knows he knows what he did. You might not know, but you just be wondering, how has that got to do with the MC Oluomo they are talking about? But a lot of water has passed under the bridge, so they know what they are doing. So if you are talking about a election, from this union, and they want to be bringing SSS, DSS, as they call them, SSS and DSS, they are the same. They are just trying to change the name, to reform the name now, but they do the same thing. And you are inviting police to come and monitor which election, just election of of a union. They cannot coordinate themselves. So at the end of the whole thing, of what use, I'm asking you guys question, of what use is this their union, even to to Nigeria as a whole? What is it contributing to the economy? Of what is it? Whether the purpose at which it was really established, if we are still getting the results, that is where you ask, of what use is it? Because it has taken to another turn. It has, it's something else again. Just like what we are battling with at Nigeria as a whole. The laws are there, everything is there, the system is there for us to do the right thing. But by the time you put people there, it's something different they are going to hear. It's something different they are going to be doing, and that's where we are still where we are today. So it's still the same thing. Everything that is being established, is always for a purpose. But at the end of the day, the purpose is not always achieved. People tend to do what they want to do because the whole thing has crumbled from the top. The whole thing has crumbled from the top, and everybody will be landlord of his own. Everybody will just be doing the abnormal thing. They will like, oh, what happens to these other people? Nothing happens to them. What happened to this? What happened to this? And that's why when you see anything like corruption cases, instead of us to deal with that person, okay, you are being caught, or it's an allegation that you did this thing, let us get to the bottom root of the whole thing. No, they will not say that. They say, okay, I better leave him. And what of the other person? When it happened to the other person, what did they do? No, that is not what we are talking about. Let us iron what is on ground for now. And that is why a lot of things a lot of things have been muddled up. Because if we treat one thing the way it ought to, next time if you are dealing with other people, it will not, most of all these questions will not be coming up. But if you have defaulted in one case and you want to flog another person, it will not be possible, because you yourself, your conscience will prick you that you are not doing the right thing because you are being partial. So guys, that is just my own opinion concerning this NURTW. They are doing their election and they are calling police and all of that to come and monitor their election because they think there is going to be violence in all of this. Somebody say, can you imagine illiterates contesting for chairmanship position? Wow. what is their relevance to the economy in Nigeria nation and its economy, that they will be requiring police and DSS protection? Do they pay tax? Do the organization remit anything to the government? I think it's high time EFCC reviews their books and the collection procedures. Of course, if that will happen, because all the system, or every sector, you don't even know who to trust. Everybody's just, doing his or her own. Everybody's doing his own. So what do we have to do? The questions that was asked is a good question, but who's going to follow it up? Nothing. So guys, I would like to hear from you what you think about this thing. Thank you very much for always listening. Bye.